like, dang, I moved to Los Angeles and I got robbed in Los Angeles. Bienvenidos muses, regresé con otro video. Es tu favorita, Morenita, y regresé con un nuevo video. Whoa, I feel like 2021 has really been trying to, once again, teach me a lesson. I'm not really sure what that lesson was, other than patience. If you guys didn't know, well, before anything, today we're just gonna be getting glam, or just kind of just like a little get ready with me y como hablando con ustedes about what's been going on with me. And like, I feel like I did a video just like this time last year. Like, I think it was titled like, where have I been? But I think I've been here, but like, I've just had life happen. Last year, I didn't know how to manage stress. I let stress manage me. This year, I definitely had a lot of things that caused me stress, but I know how to like, I'm more of like a, I don't know how to say it. Like, I'm just more just like, okay, if this is the problem, I just need to find the solution. I'm not gonna dwell on the what could've, I should've, never did, like all those could'ves. It's just gonna drive me insane. And I'm also not gonna even speak on anxiety and all those things, because I just feel like once you speak it, it becomes you. And no. That's just not where I am, and I'm not going back to that place. But today's video, we're just gonna get glam and just kind of like chit chat. But before we get into today's video, I want to ask you guys a question that you probably, let it go over your head every time it's asked to you. And I want you to comment down below once I ask this question. And it's a really simple question, and the question is, how are you doing? How are you doing today? How are you doing today? How are you feeling? I know sometimes when people ask you that question, you feel like you just, the generic answer is, I'm good, thank you, and yourself? No, I'm not saying tell the person or anyone digest everything that's happening in your life, but the next time somebody asks you that question, I really want you to understand what that question meant and take it in for yourself and be like, okay, just take it as a moment for you to reflect on how you're feeling in that moment. Because I feel like sometimes we just don't ask our loved ones those questions, and especially myself, I'm very like, I got it all together. But when someone asks me like, how are you? You good? How's your mental? I'm like, okay, okay, on that note, like, all right. So then you just gotta be like, dang, like, you just been suppressing all those emotions. So my question to you guys today is, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are you feeling today? And I just hope that this video is a sense of encouragement or some type of like, because child, what a year, and it's only February. If you guys are excited to get glam with me for no reason, we're just gonna talk today. Don't go anywhere. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Vamos a comenzar. I'll go in with this Mercier product. This is the Mercier Pure Canvas. Sorry, I'm not sure if you guys can see it. I've been loving the Mercier Pure Canvas blurring fondant, and I'm just gonna blend it all in, child. I recently got a hydrofacial, you guys, and it was the best hydrofacial I have ever gotten. Like, I've been seeing my skin, it's just been super dry. I have like a friend right there. It was just super dry, and ever since I got this hydrofacial, I'm seeing my skin just like, whoa, it's just been so nice. I used to think hydrofacials were just like how people would just be like, oh, I just got a facial. No, this facial was like, oh my God. Ooh, that primer is good. First things first, I am actually going to try the new Huda Faux Filter Luminous Matte Foundation. I'm really excited about this foundation, you guys, because first of all, I think Huda never misses. And I'm really excited too because it's a luminous matte, and I've been really loving that type of finish. Let me see. We're gonna go in with Mocha. Ooh, okay, this is, she is so gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. So I'm gonna go in with Mocha. And I'm not even color correcting today because I just wanna see, when it comes to foundations, I wanna see what she can give, and I'll adjust as we see fit later. Okay. So far, I'm obsessed with this foundation. So let's go into what has been going on with me. So at the beginning of January, my boyfriend and I, first of all, we recently got 2 cars. So, you know, it was a huge accomplishment for us because we just felt like, wow, you know, like that's a huge accomplishment to be able to have not 1 but 2 vehicles. First of all, this foundation's bomb. Okay, so we got my boyfriend and I got 2 cars, and you know, one morning we decided to go to the gym. Our cars are parked in our garage, and let's just say one of the cars didn't make it. Huda. I don't even know, like, I'm losing like track of like what I'm trying to say. Foundation is amazing. She is like thick, but she is she's gripping to the skin. Whoa, look at that coverage. Look. Like, whoa. So yeah, one of the cars didn't make the cut. Initially, I was just like, there was just no way, because, you know, we live somewhere really secure, at least I thought. And I was like, no, your car probably got towed by accident. Like, there's just no way. No. I was like, there's no way that our car got stolen because, you know, it was in a secure area. So I just assumed it got towed by accident. Like, there's just no way that, you know, our car, like, we're good people, you know, we don't steal, like, you know, I was like, things like this don't happen. Like, it just doesn't happen, you know? But, you know, after we realized that the towing company said that they didn't tow the car, we then realized that we have been robbed. Like, I'm like, dang, I moved to Los Angeles and I got robbed in Los Angeles. First of all, and you know what's crazy? This is how I know I grew. The first thing I say to myself is, I am sure that the guy who stole this car, I'm going in with a sponge now to really give me I am sure that the guy who stole our car needed it more than we did, because, you know, it's a lot of COVID is happening right now, and I know that the crime is really bad, but I was just like, even still, like, as pissed as I was, I said, Dios mío, I know this man needed this car more than I did, right? So I'm like, okay, what else did he steal? Child, my whole card was in there. I'm over here like, okay, I get a notification. This man is out here Macy's. Macy's. So here I am thinking you stole the car for a reason, because you needed to, I don't know, do something good for your family, you know, I don't know. And you in Macy's comprando losa, comita esta, que ese tipo estaba pasado, man. And what's funny is y'all, this foundation is stunning. So yeah, we got our car stolen, and it was just so devastating for us because we worked so hard and we come from nothing. So when we get something that we're so proud of, and I'm not really one, I always share my accomplishments with you guys because I think it's important. I know some people get ridiculed and like judged because they think like a lot of people in my position we can come across as boastful, boasting or whatever, like we're like bragging. But I believe I have like the best audience because you guys never make me feel like I'm like throwing things in your face. I always share you guys when things happen for me because yo vengo de nada. Like nobody ever gave me the llave to come into this industry. I don't even know how the hell I got here. I just know that by the grace of God and just being a good person and sharing my testimony with you guys and just being authentically myself has gotten me this far. But I always share my accomplishments with you guys because I want you guys to see that, you know, we started from somewhere and here we got. So when things are taken from me, and I'm a good person, yo no robo, you know, I don't believe in stealing, I don't do none of that stuff. So I just be like, dang, you really tried it. And you know what's crazy? Because I was like, you haven't broke down yet, and I'm like, I can't yet because I have so much work to do that I can't. I don't know if are any of my, is that an Aquarius thing where you can't like break? First of all, this foundation is gorgeous. I'm sorry, like I'm just like, whoa. Couldn't. So my boyfriend and I decided, and Huang, we had to move effective immediately. We then tried, that was January, right? It's March. We probably seen, so the next step is trying to like move, right? Because at this point we're like, I don't feel safe, So the next point, the next goal is now to move. So I'm like, yo, we probably saw, I would say, you guys, no lie, like maybe like 10, 15 places, and we got rejected from every single one of them. Child, I don't know why. I don't know. It was to the point where I started to think, y'all, is it because we black? Like, it's just so many factors started playing in my head. And I'm like, yo, God, what are you trying to tell me right now? Like, I'm just like, okay, everything is lining up. We can afford X amount. We can do anything we put our minds to. Why is this process becoming really tedious to the point where I gave up? If y'all know Monica, I don't give up easily. But after 24, 25, 20. Like, I was over here like, yo te harta shirt. We trying to find a place. I'm not going to give you this sad story about why we need a place. I'm just telling you this is why we need it. And it just didn't work. It would be like, so what do you guys do? And I'm like, oh, here we go. Let me get concealer. Because, child, that was a whole nother thing for me. I didn't know how hard it could be to find a home. I mean, most times when you apply for a place in like an apartment complex or something like that, in our situation, it was like a townhouse attached to an apartment complex. It's kind of like the same process. You go in, they run your credit, et cetera, and you're good. When you apply to move into a house, oh my gosh. I never knew we could be rejected so many times. I was almost floored by how many times we were rejected. It was almost embarrassing. Like, I didn't even want to like share with my friends, like, oh my gosh, look at how nice this house is, because I was starting to hear myself sound repetitive. And yeah, if it wasn't for my boyfriend being hopeful, we probably would still be where we're at today. Because now, by the grace of God, child, we are moving in 2 weeks. So bear with me, because it's gonna be a long process. But I was just so disappointed because I was finding a pattern, and I want to know if this has happened to you guys when you're looking for homes or when you're applying for a job, and all these like, moments that you feel like, why are you asking me? And don't get me wrong, people should be asking you what you're doing or what you do for a living if you're about to move into their property, like duh. But it was starting to get to the point where people didn't want to believe us. Like, I was just starting to get really like, dang, like, why is this so hard for people to believe? Like, we're 3 black young individuals who live in Los Angeles, and we just want to, find a home that's comfortable. We're renting at the moment. And I was finding it like, what do you do? It was like that look, and I was just like, why is this so difficult? I don't know. A part of me was feeling judged. Let me get into my concealer. I'm going in with Too Faced. It was starting to feel very invasive for me, because I just felt like, I don't know. And then everything worked out. I upgraded my office because when somebody, stole from us, I decided that I need to feel safe in any environment that I'm in. And I decided that one thing I never do for myself is put myself first. I always put myself in an inclusion of like a team. I grew up in a big household, like I'm the oldest in my family, so everything was shared. There's no such thing as mío. It's de todo el mundo. So I was just like, dang, like, are we ever gonna catch a break? So I was just really discouraged, and it takes a lot for me to be discouraged because I'm a very optimistic person. At least I think I try to be. I'm trying to see which dark brunette. With all that being said, the whole time we were being rejected or, our car got stolen, there was such a sense of peace for me. And it was the first time in my life where I was like questioning, like, girl, are you okay? Because you should be having a breakdown. And I'm not gonna lie, I had one. I had a good 1 day of like being in my emotions. But then after that, I was like, girl, all this is replaceable. All of it. We are alive, we are well. Do you know the climate that we're living in? We are blessed to just be able to be like, you know what? All we have to do right now is just be patient. And being patient is what got us our home, the office, another vehicle. And it's one of those things where it's just like, I know that these things sound materialistic, but when you work your butt off and then you feel like everything is just being taken from you and you're like, what the heck? what did I do wrong? And you're trying to listen to God's signs. And it's like God pushed us in the right direction every time he rejected us. It was like, and that's why I wanted to share that moment with you guys, because I know sometimes people are like, ¿por qué no me pasa? Like, why hasn't it happened yet? And I gave up. But, you know, luckily, like, my boyfriend was like, we're not giving up. God helps those who help themselves. I'm not one to preach all the time, but you gonna tell me that's not God? I swear to you guys, like, I got rejected from every home. Nobody was taking us. And I was like, dang. You know, sometimes we're so big on like, ooh, get it, girl, but you don't talk about how hard it was to get there. And then people get it twisted and think like, ooh, yes, no, it, like, every blessing comes with this like hook. And you'd be like, damn, you just gotta know how to block it and just uppercut her right back. Like, I don't have time. Child, I started boxing, so that's why I'm like, my terminology. Just go with it. But yeah, guys, that is where I've been mentally. It's just been really exhausting, but it really all worked out. So I shared that moment with you of stress and just kind of like disappointment to show you that there is light at the end of the tunnel. And just be patient, because what's for you is for you. What is for you is for you. So just hang in there. I'm serious. And that's one thing I've learned from last year is I let last year bend me, fold me, toss me, flip me. Any way you can put it, I let it do it to me. This year, I said, child, I'm used to this. That's it? Okay, sure. Materials? What's that? I'm able to wake up every morning. You think I'm pressed about you? Obviously, I was pressed. Let's not get it twisted. I was pressed because anybody who steals, you don't know who you took from. But I was just like, luckily you took from me, because I am someone who is going to find solutions, and I'm surrounded by nothing but people who are going to also find solutions. So I'm glad it was me and not someone else who could have really lost it all. So it was just one of those things where I was like, you know what? Disfrútalo. Because karma, she loves making her rounds, child. But how do you guys deal with stress? You know what's crazy? Ever since I stopped saying I have anxiety, I've stopped having anxiety. Again, I'm not saying neglect what you are feeling. I'm just saying start really thinking about, am I just having a moment or a couple of bad days, or am I really struggling with this? Because if I'm struggling with this, I need to figure out what is triggering this. And honestly, ever since I started saying, yo, I'm just having a bad couple of days, I need a second. Just give me a second, I'll be all right. But what have you guys been doing to manage your stress? I started working out. Even if it's not like on some beast mode, I just go. I don't think about it anymore. I just go. It also helps if your partner and you are kind of like on that same journey in life of like, just like having a better, you know, when you feel good, you just have a different outlook on life. When you feel good. I base everything off of feeling. Now what you look like, none of that. Because to each its own. It's how you feel. If you feel good, that is all that matters. Ooh. You guys, I think I found my new favorite foundation. It's luminous and matte, and I didn't have to color correct. Whoa. We're just going for it. You know what? Let's go in with her. What's this one? NCW? NW55. Let's go with her. Okay. I'm just gonna. But yeah, I started creating boundaries in my life. I flex. Have you guys been flexing the word no? Oh my gosh. Y'all should try that. Flex that word hard. If you want to give an explanation, sure. But for me personally, I'm more so just like, I want to carve out some more. I'm going to go deeper. Uoma Beauty. Yeah. This one's still warm, but it's still a little bit cooler. So it just kind of gives me the shadow that I like. You see that? You guys, this looks so pretty. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna go in, and as you can see, I'm pretty much carving out my face. I'm taking the Mercier Translucent Honey, and I'm using this to just set under my eye. Oh, actually, I'm gonna take these little like thingies and I'm just gonna use that to set right here, because I'm finding that my nose be looking low-key crooked sometimes, so it's like helping me be a little bit more like, you know. Yeah, I really want a powder that translate really beautifully in lighting and natural light. Like, look, it makes it look so pretty. I'm telling ya, this is not sponsored, but this is beautiful. It's like the most beautiful light mint, like it's just so nice on the skin. We're gonna move on to the new Dominique Cosmetics, and this is the transition palette. Look, it's just a palette full of transitions. It is so freaking cute. I'm gonna start off with hazelnut. I'm using, I told you guys the color I'm using hazelnut. I'm just gonna apply it all over. And I put my concealer for my contour in between my eyebrow bone, because it just makes it look super pretty. But yeah, if there's anything you can get from this video is just breathe, child, breathe. Breathe. And stop suppressing your emotions. Like, if you need a couple of days, take them. I'm tired of social media. Like, I'm getting so annoyed with seeing these posts like, if you, every time you take a day off, you just gave the next person a reason. Like, so what is it? Every time you take a day off, you just gave the next person an opportunity. It was that. And I was like, dang. First of all, we can't even be sick anymore. God forbid you're sick and you can't post on Instagram. Like, are you serious? Take all the time you need, because when you get worn out, social media has sucked the life out of you. There's gonna be someone else. So take all the time you need, because the people who support you, they're not going anywhere. Okay? So if you're not feeling well right now, take your time. You suppressing your emotions is so damaging to yourself. What? I was suppressing my emotions. My hair was falling out. I was eating so much. Like, I was neglecting all the things for myself. And when I realized that my hair was falling out because of stress, it's like you just can't ignore when things are happening to you. Stop ignoring it. Like, if you need a message and you don't know where, this is it. Stop ignoring what you're dealing with. Deal with it. Don't find other vices. Even like when people say, when I'm stressed, I go to the gym. No. I still need you to deal with it though. Like, voice out que tú no está bien. When's the last time that you guys have said, I'm not okay to a loved one? Like, do that. It's important. It's really important. I'm going in with cinnamon. It's really important to be vocal about when you're not feeling okay. We just don't do that. It's like a palette full of transitions. Look how pretty that looks. A little concealer, put in the back of my hand. Sorry, we're really all over today, but I just really don't want you guys to like ignore the signs. Don't ignore the signs, y'all. listen to your body, all that good stuff. I actually went in with frothy. I like frothy better. That's gorgeous. Yes. I'm gonna go in with this NYX eyeliner. This is the Epic eyeliner. Epic Wear Waterproof Eye and Body Liquid Liner. Ooh, she thick. Okay. Try to do it like that tight line, child. And the way the powder is soaking into the skin. Periana. Okay, moving on to the next eye. All right. For my bottom lashes, I'm gonna go in with the Revlon Big Bad Lash So Fierce. This mascara is awesome. Push these up. For blush, I'm gonna go in with the oldie but goodie Cover FX. This is the monochromatic blush duo, and this is in spiced cinnamon. I'm just gonna go right up top. I'm also gonna go a little bit on my nose, and then I'm gonna take my brush that I used earlier. I'm just gonna blend it all in. Yo veo que se me fue el blush. ¿Ustedes no ven? Huda Beauty in Anniversary. We're just gonna go again. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, to lock in the face, I'm gonna go in with the Hourglass Soft Focus. Ooh. This is fire. Ooh. So when life throws you lemons, just be a baddie. I'm just kidding. No, seriously. I know we kind of like stopped talking about it towards the end because honestly that was all there was to it. But dang, 29 never looked so good. This eye messed me up, bro. Like I put liner on it. I don't. But here you have it, you guys. I loved the foundation. This foundation is crazy, Huda. Huda, you went off with this foundation. It's like it just stuck to the skin. It just gave me that full. Like it was, this is definitely spend your coins. The Dominique Cosmetics palette. I am obsessed with this Transitions palette. The palette is gorgeous. Like get into it. Oh, But that palette is so ideal. I love staple things, like things that I can use constantly. I'm obsessed with. But today's look, I think this eye got a little messed up. Child, I'm leaving it like that. I don't care. I just want to feel cute and just give you a little soft glam moment. You know, you can never do another soft glam moment though. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And remember, give yourselves a big hug today. You will get past this little hurdle. It's just a hurdle. It's not forever. And a couple months, a couple weeks, a couple days from now, you'll be like, that's why that didn't happen in my favor. And you're gonna be like, I was watching that video and Monica said that this would happen. I'm telling you, like, everything is supposed to happen in that order. I swear to you, you always look back and be like, I knew it. Okay, so I love you guys so much. Give yourselves a big hug, and I hope I see you in my next video. You make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget, comment down below and tell me how you're actually doing. For real. I'm reading them. I'm serious. I think it's important to do that, you know? Yeah. All right, I love you guys. Mwah. Adios.